Welcome to my studio and welcome to day 14 and day 15 of NaNoJouMo 2021. I have decided that I'm going to combine day 14 and 15. Day 14, the prompt is text and words, and day 15, the prompt is earth. And I am actually in the middle of my journal because we are almost, well, with day 15, we're halfway through NaNoJouMo. And so I'm in the middle of my journal, and I was thinking about text and what I could do and some ideas of what I could do with it, but then at the same time kind of thinking, well, what could I do for earth? And with thinking that, I thought that it would be neat to blend these two pages together, since this is such a big open space. It's a big spread when everything's all open, and I just thought it would look cool to have them blend together. So that's why I've decided to combine the two. So text will be on this side and earth will be on this side, and I will let you know. I'll let you know how I'm going to do that. So I kind of went once again all around with what I wanted to do for the text side. I had a couple of ideas. One where I had started with, I'm really wanting to do a page in here sometime where I combine collage using an image from a magazine, something like that, with mixed media. I haven't done that yet. It's only been mixed media or just collage. And so I thought that this would be a good time to do that. And so I was kind of thinking about doing a mixed media background and having just some words layered in between just some of the different layers of paint. And so I was thinking that and trying to visualize that, and at the same time, that's when I started thinking, well, I've got this side, since it's this big huge spread, what could I do for earth? And it's like, well, I could do mixed media, I could do earth tones, things like that. And I thought, well, I'll get out my collage stuff and see if I can find something with that. I do have one book I think I might have one other book about space and planets. This is the only one that I have. The other one's a children's book. But this one has some really cool images in it. I got it from the Half Price bookstore. And just some really neat, lots of neat graphics. Looking in this, I found this picture here. So then I started thinking, well, how could I combine these two together to make these two pages work together? And once again, it's like, well, I could do the mixed media with the words in it and then have it kind of blend over onto this side. And it's like, well, what else would I do with this with earth? Because I knew I wanted to add to it a bit, but I wasn't quite sure how to just add to this. So then it's like, well, this would be black. I'm just running through all these different things that I could do. And so I started just kind of pulling out some words. I have a drawer here that I have been collecting words and phrases in for years. So anytime that I go through magazines, that I purge out magazines, I just clip anything that has a phrase on it, that has words on it, that I think that I might use in my journals. I love using found word on my pages. I don't like writing in my journals. I've always just been really silly about using my handwriting in my journals, and I know it's silly, and I'm trying to get over it, but a way for me to still journal in my journals with words, I started using just clipping out words and phrases out of magazines and putting them together to say the things that I was wanting to say. So here's an example here of where I've just clipped out words, different styles of text, and used those to make a page. And so I do that a lot, especially in this journal here. Everything, if there's words in it, it's me clipping out words and putting them together just to say, well, what I'm needing and wanting to say. So that's why I have so many. If I get coupon flyers that you get in the Sunday paper, the midday paper that has all the sale ads in it. Those are always full of great descriptive words. Any magazine, especially magazines that are full of ads, because in the ads they're trying to sell their product, so they're using very descriptive words. And that's what I like using a lot, are words like that to express how I'm feeling and what I'm needing to say. So every now and then I just kind of go through and just clip out ones as I'm looking through junk mail, things like that. If I see a word or a phrase that I think that I could use in my journal, I clip it out. So I've got this bucket here that's just full of all sorts of things, but I did, since I was using it so much, I did actually take the time, and I don't know if you can see it. Actually, yeah, you can. So that right there is it's a little tool drawer unit thing that I got at one of our local home improvement stores, just to put like screws and nails and little things like that. It's just a little drawer unit, and I actually have categories that I chose because I knew kind of the types of words and phrases that I was using a lot, and I went through and have organized a lot of those by those topics, and that way when I am working on something, I know specifically, well, I know that in this drawer I've got descriptive words. I have one that's just all descriptive words. I have one that is just like common words like give, me, we, things like that. I have one that is like personal growth, things like that. One that was faith. One that was actually called angry, because I was letting a lot of stuff out, and I needed phrases that fit with that. So that really helped me wrangle all of those words and phrases, and I have them sorted enough to where I can easily find something. But then at the same time, as I was also just still collecting, because kind of once I started doing it, anytime that I saw a word or a phrase that I see that I think I can use, I clip it out. And I've gotten in so much in the habit of looking for those anytime I get a piece of paper in the mail or a magazine, that I still just clip it out. And that's kind of where these have all been collecting. So what I decided to do is I sat down and just kind of tried to figure out how I could work these two together. And what I ended up coming up with is, you can't see, and I might get the camera and bring it over here to show you, but I decided that it's like, well, how much text should I put on here? How much phrases? How much, how many words do I want to put on here? Do I still want to go with the paint also? And just sitting here and looking at things and I kept on looking at this, and I had it sitting here on my journal on the page where it would go, and it's like, well, how would I blend these two together? And what I decided to do is I just sat down and went through this drawer full of words, and I pulled out anything that was on a shade of blue background. So any text that I found that was on any shade of blue. So I've got here on my work area just all sorts of things, but they're all just on different shades of blue. But then I also have some that are in black, because this part of the image is black. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to start placing these. This is day 14, this is 15th. I'm going to start placing them on this side, and I'm going to start with a light blue, and I have a couple that are on white that I think I'm just going to kind of put around on top. But I'm going to start with light blue and work my way across the page, just layering all of these clipped out words and phrases. I'm going to layer it to where it starts going across on top of this page, on top of the black. So just a few of the words I am going to have to where they cross over onto the earth, and that's how I'm going to blend these two together. And then I'm not going to do anything else as far as for day, what day is it? Day 15 for Earth. Day 15? Day 15 for Earth. I did find, as I was looking through things, a few that I thought would be really, really neat. I haven't decided which one to use. This one is on blue, so I might just make sure it's on top so it can for sure be read. But it says your journey starts here. And especially with it being the earth, I thought that was kind of neat, because I have never been able to travel. I've never been anywhere out of the United States. I've only been to a few of the states in the United States, and I want to go places. I want to see the world. So I'm ready, I'm excited, and as I was, looking at the earth and pulling some of these phrases out, some of them just kind of had a theme. There was rejuvenate, amazing transformations, rediscover was one that I think I'm going to put on top. Just kind of things like that. So I started kind of thinking about how this is kind of turning into an expression of my going out and just doing things and experiencing life and being on this big journey that I'm on and enjoying every bit of it. So I think I'm going to put that probably somewhere on the top on the blue side. But on the black side, I found this one that says blurring the line between journey and destination. And I thought that was really neat. But then I also found a quote by William Shakespeare, and it says, "It is not the stars to hold our destiny, it is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves." And I thought that was really neat, since stars, and this is the earth and in space and all that. So I might put one of these in the corner over here where it's dark. So that's kind of what I've got. That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to start with the light. Just start sticking things down. I've got my trusty glue stick. And I really like the Elmer's Extreme. It's strong. Regular school glue sticks, the purple ones, are awful. They don't adhere. They don't adhere. My kids use the purple ones at school all the time, and they will bring things home, and by the end of the day, it's fallen to pieces. So I have good luck with the Elmer's Extreme. I used to be able to find it in Target. I can't find it in any stores anymore, so I do order it online through Amazon. They have a 3-pack, and I just end up getting one of those every few months. So I'm going to use that. As far as for the earth, since it's such a big image, I might use my mono adhesive roller just to roll it and put that down, or a bit of both. But the best way when using a glue stick, especially since I'm going to be gluing so many things down, I will put glue on my journal page, and then I will also put glue on the back of each piece of text, and that will hopefully help keep things stuck down a lot better, since both pieces of paper have glue on them, and that for me seems to help really well in collage when I use a glue stick. So that's what I'm going to do. Most of them are pretty much already cut out. I'm just going to probably leave them the way that they are. I don't think I'm really going to trim anything unless I need to. But I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out, and see if what I've got in my head, if I can actually get it down onto the paper. So yeah, I hope that you are enjoying this. Thank you so much for being here. I can't believe we're halfway through, that it's the middle of November already, and I hope that you're having fun. I hope that you are being creative, that this is inspiring you to be creative somehow. Even if it's not in a journal, there is someone who's in the NaNoJouMo Facebook group, and she has been writing a poem with each prompt, and I think that's a fantastic idea. I love that idea, and love reading what she comes up with for each poem. So even if it just inspires you even to take a photo, just anything that word might inspire you to do, is, for me, is wonderful. So I hope that you're enjoying this. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please ask, and I'm going to start using a lot of glue. So I will see you again in a couple days for prompt 16.